Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to make a pasta bake. Okay, so it's our Wednesday cookery class. So we have our mince meat, and we have our mushrooms, we have our peppers, we have our garlic, we have our onions, we have our courgettes, tomatoes, we have our grated cheese, we have our bolognese sauce, we have our pasta, and we have our olive oil. We have our green chopping board, we have our red chopping board, we have all our pots. Our potatoes are pre-readied, and we have our frozen veg. So we have our pots there for our pasta bake, and we have our pots there for to cook our pasta as well. So we're going to use the penne pasta today. Okay, so we're going to make a nice fresh pasta bake today. What we'll do is now we're going to prep up our veg. So the first step now is to prep up our peppers, our garlic, our onions, our courgettes, our tomatoes, and our mushrooms. We just prepped up our veg. We cut in half our peppers and took out the inside of the peppers, the pips. We peeled our garlic, and we peeled our onions. So we're ready now for chopping our veg now on our green chopping board. So we're going to chop up our peppers, our onions, our courgettes, our tomatoes, and our mushrooms. Okay, for our pasta bake. So here we are. So our veg is all prepped. We have our garlic chopped and crushed. Our onions are diced. Our peppers are diced, our yellow and red peppers. Our courgettes are cut up in a rough fashion, and so are our tomatoes, and our mushrooms are sliced. Okay, so we're ready now for the start the process in relation to sweating off our onions and garlic and our mince. Okay, so we have our pot on, it's just heating up, and we're going to add in our oil. Just added, we just put our pasta on to cook. So we just put our pasta into boiling salted water, and we're just going to add in a little dribble of olive oil. Okay, so we have our pot heating here now for the seal off our mince. So we're just going to add in some olive oil, and what we're going to do is we're going to saute off our onions and garlic first. So we just started off with our onions and garlic in the pot here. We're just going to saute them off, and then what we're going to do is then we're going to add in our mince. You can see there our onions and garlic are cooking away, and as soon as they've sauteed off, we're going to add in our mince. So we've just added in our mince, so we're just going to give it a stir. We're going to seal off the mince and fry off the mince, and make sure that it's browned off. Our mince is browning off, and our pasta is cooking gently. We're just going to give our pasta a bit of a stir as well. Okay, so we're browning off our mince. As soon as we brown off our mince, then we're going to add in our peppers, courgettes, tomatoes, and our bolognese sauce. So what we're going to do is now we're going to add in our sauce. Okay, so we're going to add in our sauce and give our mince a good stir up. So we have our onions, our garlic, our mince, and our tomato, our bolognese sauce gone into the mix now. Okay, so we're just going to bring that to the boil and just let it simmer lightly. Okay, our pasta's coming along nicely as well. It's cooking away nice and gently. Pasta normally takes anything from 15 to 20 minutes to cook. Okay, so our pasta's coming along nicely. Our mince is cooking out also as well. So the next thing that we will do in the next couple of minutes is add in our raw veg. So the next phase is now our mince is cooking out nicely. It's just to add in our raw veg, our peppers, our courgettes, and our tomatoes. Alright, so it's going to be nice and colourful. Alright, so just give it a stir, just bring it back to the boil, we'll cook away gently, and then it's nearly ready for adding our pasta, which will be the next stage. So we can see all the lovely colours in here. We have our onions, our garlic, our peppers, our mushrooms, our courgettes, and our diced tomatoes. Okay, so our mince meat mix is nearly ready now for our pasta. Our pasta is coming up now to nearly being cooked. Another 5 minutes now, when we'll strain the pasta, wash it off, and then it'll be ready then to be added into our mincemeat mix. Here we've just strained off, and we're washing just off our pasta, getting rid of the starch out of our pasta. So we're giving a good wash off. We're going to strain it, and then we'll add it then to our mincemeat mix. So here we can see I've added in the pasta. We've added in the pasta now to the pasta bake, the penne pasta. So the pasta mix, it's ready now for the oven to be put into a tray. And what we're going to do is that we're going to cook it off in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to put some cheese in it there, so we can see it there. It's nice and colourful. All our vegetables are all in there, our mince and our pasta. Okay, so this is just one for one of the service users that doesn't eat mushrooms. We've made one separate. Okay, so it's all coming together now. What we'll do is now we're going to put the mix, the pasta mix, into a tray. We've done 2 little small bowls, so we're going to put it into a tray, and then we're going to top it off with cheese, and then our pasta bake then is ready for the oven. There we go. Our pasta bake is in the tray. So the last thing that we're going to do now is we're just going to sprinkle some cheese on the top of our pasta bake, and we're going to put it into the oven then. Okay, so you can see now all the different colours there. Our pasta bake now is ready to go into our preheated oven. You can see now our pasta bake is going into the oven now. We've done a big one, and we've done 2 small ones, and we have some roast potatoes, fresh roast potatoes in there as well to serve. So we're just going to put our pasta bake into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, just to let it set and to let the cheese melt, and then we'll take it out, then it'll be ready for service. Yeah, we can see now our pasta bake now is finished. We cooked it off in the oven there for about 10 to 15 minutes. So we've done a large one and we've done 2 small ones. Okay, so we're going to serve them with some fresh roast potatoes and some mixed vegetables. So there we go. Our pasta bake is completed. It took us about an hour to complete the following: pasta bake with roast potatoes and mixed vegetables.